How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another road race video. This is going to be a really up-to-date road race video of 6 cars that are really one of my favorite cars that have been given to us ever since these past months. So I have 6 road race cars, like as you guys see in the background, already starting off with the 370Z Nismo edition. This car was really nice for road racing. They gave us some really nice engines, and pretty much all the cars that I'm gonna show you guys are pretty much were really hyped for them. These are pretty much rare cars you guys had to drive and get and everything, and probably majority of everybody had these cars. So like always, everybody new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and here we go, boys, for the #1 car here. Out of the 6, I got this Nismo in the background. Did do a wide body kit on it. Really, pretty much don't recommend you guys to do the wide body kit on it. But you know, I love it the way it looks with the wide body kit, so I just decided on doing my style with a wide body kit. So let's go right to it, guys. It's the 19 Nissan 370Z Nismo, and also I dropped in the GTR engine in it because why not? Why not put a GTR engine in it? You have some really nice engine swap options you can put in this thing as well, so you can, you know, pretty much configure anything you want. And for road racing, this is a really nice car, just all the way around. The style, the look, you see these in road racing, stuff like that. So decided on dropping this engine and also leaving it rear wheel drive with the VR engine. Now let's go right over here, and why that was weird. And I don't know why it sounded like a V8, but yeah, let's go in here, and pretty much we're just gonna fully build it besides the oil and cooling. So what I'm going to do is just show you guys the tunes, the builds and the tunes for all the cars, all 6 of them, and like that you guys can adjust the gears, make it quicker, you know, suspension, all that good stuff. So that's the reasoning why I show you guys everything. So I won't be able to give you guys the share code because I am limited. I can't do no more share codes. I actually hit my cap, so you guys will have to physically see the videos, see the tunes, and then just, you know, put them in, you know, just want to look at it on your phone and just plug it in. It's very easy, and like that you can also adjust to make it quicker. So there you go, got the race on there. As you guys see, all the parts that I put, make sure to put drag tires. We need those drag tires for road racing, of course. No grip on there, or no grip, no width on the front, full width in the rear. And then any wheels you guys want, honestly, with road racing, I tend to put, depending on how competitive I get with it, I'll tend to put like some really lightweight wheels, but no need for it. You know, if you guys don't want to, don't have to. And also with the size, leave it alone as well with the size as well. And if you guys want to put spacers, you guys can as well. As you guys saw, I did put the body kit on it, but best thing to do is probably not drop the body kit, so like that you guys don't add that weight into it. So no need for the body kit, but man, it does look good on the car. Let's go right to the tune here. Let me see if I can back out. Okay, let's go right to the tune. So we got 30 in the front, 15 in the rear, and then we have, here's the gear ratios: 220 final drive, and then we got first gear 360, 240, 180, 135, and 110, finishing off their 5th gear. Zero everything out in 7, 65, 65, and then we got stiff in the front, softer in the rear there. So initial with the road racing, I've noticed the car squatting in a little bit more towards the back end there, leaving all that power in the rear. It's real essential. Also gives you some top end speeds in this game. So we did it, or I did it, you know, chose this way. Besides that, I got the car dropped all the way down. Primarily, you don't have to go all the way down. You can kind of give it just a little bit more of a height like this, and as you guys see, your 0 to 60 kind of changes just a slight bit. But don't really look at 0 to 60 when you're road racing if you're not doing a quarter-mile drag or anything like that. So no need for that. 12, 12, 3, 3 with the dampening. So remember, these are the numbers for the springs. Cars dropped all the way, and then these are the numbers for the dampening: 12, 12, 3, 3. So initially, like you guys keep seeing, the back end is softer, just to leave all that power in the back. Here, everything always towards speed since we're going straight lines. And then this is where you can do the brake boost. So all the cars that I do for road racing, I brake boost them. So I put the balance here towards the front, and then I put the pressure higher at 120. So what this initially does, gives me a more control that I can just slam the gas all the way down, and I control my miles per hour with the brake. So I'm gonna show you guys that when we go outside, and then 100 and 100 with the differential. So let's bring it out outside to the drag strip. Let's I'm so fast saying that. Let's bring it out to the highway. Let's do that, and then I'll show you guys how to drive it, and then we'll go to the next car. So there we go. Weather's looking pretty good. This thing is super low here. Love its style. Did a matte color on it. It just looks super nice, especially with the spoiler on there. But yeah, I really like to bring this out for like car shows, cruises, and then whenever anybody wants to go and race, we can still get down and race. So it's pretty good. Like it a lot. So let's bring it out here on the highway. I believe it's a right. Okay, so primarily what we do a lot is a 40 mile per hour first roll. Sometimes we do 60 depending on the power, but majority the lower the better. Like that, you can line up with the guy next to you. So as you guys see, I have the gas pressed all the way down, and then I'm controlling the miles per hour with the brake. That's how adjusting those pressures help you out tremendously. And all you got to do is just wait for that 3 honk, or you can do it. And there you go, guys. The car will launch like so, and maintain the gears pretty good. I didn't want to make the gears too short. Making the gears too short, you're shifting way too much and losing momentum. So you tend to have the gears to be a lot higher or longer than normal for road racing. So that sums up with this. Let's go to the next car. Let's go to the number 2 car. Here we go. So the number 2 car is the M4. A lot of you guys went crazy for this car when it was announced and released, and you guys really worked hard to try to get this car. So I decided on making it a road race tune car because I mean it's just a nice looking car. You do see BMWs road racing in the real scenes in real life, and to see something like this probably for road racing would be really dope, especially these new competitions. Still trying to get used to the front grille on it, but overall really like the style of these cars. Driven them in real life, and they're nice. The suspensions are super stiff on them, I guess because everybody keeps saying that they're such a sports car. But holy crap, their suspension is stiff. So I got it here with the original engine, fully built for the road racing scene. So let's go now to the upgrades, custom upgrades, and let's go right in here. And as you guys see, had left it with the original engine. You almost get 1,000 horsepower with it, so that's super neat. You get 938 with it, weighing 2,900 pounds, and of course leaving it rear wheel drive is the must. Besides that, just gonna fully upgraded it, put everything on here, race, very easy and simple. Let's just go over here. There we go. And then I love this color. That color they gave, that lime green yellowish color, is super nice. Super nice. As you guys see, put all the parts race. Very easy. Now coming over here, we're going to put everything race, like these race springs. And then we don't use normally rally. If you like, you can. But rally, between rally and race, rally is a little bit heavier. Besides that, I do like to use a lot of gears. Of course, we're road racing, so we're not just going to use the 4-speed transmission. So make sure to put the race transmission on there, and all the other rest of the parts race. Now let's go over here to the drag tires. Of course, we need that grip. No width in the front and full width in the rear. Some I do full width in the rear, some I don't. The reason why is just because of power, and you honestly don't need the back wheels to be that wide. But besides that, you guys can put any wheels you guys want that are light. I just put these right here, these Wet Sports. Super light, nice lightweight wheels, multi-spoke, all in black. And then I do the spacers on my road race cars just because they just aesthetics, I just like the way it looks. And I don't go any bigger on the size. Besides that, you get a couple options here with body kits and stuff. But I honestly didn't do anything with it. You can take this little spoiler off to reduce just a couple more pounds if you want. I just left it because it looks good. And let's go right to the tune. So the tune here, we got 30 in the front, 15 in the rear, and then we have 220, 4, 280, 210, 165, 130, and 1 finishing off there in 6 gears. I know you have 8 gears, but we're only going to use 6. So that is a tune there for it for the road racing. And let's go over here, make sure to be everything zeroed out in 7. Let's put the 65, 65. Then stiff in the front, softer in the rear at 300s, and then the car almost dropped all the way to the ground. Remember, you don't have to make it go all the way to the ground. It's like this. It can have some travel for not making it that low. And then 12, 12, 3, 3. Nothing with this. 65 and 120, so that we can do brake boosting. And then 100 and 100. So that is it. Let's bring it outside for a nice little pass, and then we'll go to the third car. Alrighty, so here we go. Really honestly like the overall. I really like this car. The sound of it, getting used to the look of it, and just the way it moves pretty nice. Moves pretty nice. So let's bring it here to the highway. Like the exhaust, man. They did really good with the exhaust on this car. I would have wanted it a little bit louder, but they did pretty good. Alright, so remember, we got to go to 40 miles per hour. We're just going to slam on the gas and brake. Primarily the gas all the way down, and then I control my brake. So gas all the way down, control the brake, get it to about 40 miles per hour, let go of the, and there you go. These gears are super smooth, back to back to back. Needle goes right back to the same spot, making it a really nice road race car. As you guys see, the suspension is pretty stiff, so you can go around traffic like that. So it makes it really nice. So let's go to that number 3 car. Let's go to the number 3 car. Alrighty guys, so at number 3 we got the RCF. This thing here is a really nice looking car. Honestly, I've been always trying to contemplate if I wanted to get one in real life. Just really like the style of these cars. They've been pretty expensive for a very long time, but you can always get a nice, fairly used one. They've been around for some quite time now, and really nice. Did a really big engine swap into this thing because I just honestly love the LFA engine into it. Really love that exotic engine into it. It sounds amazing into it. So it's the 15 RCF. Let's go right over here to the upgrades. Another crazy car. I don't think I've seen one in road racing in real life, but it is something neat to actually have. And imagine it with this engine. Oh my goodness. So I dropped that engine in there, 1200 horsepower, 700 torque there, 3100 pounds. Left it rear wheel drive, and then I slapped in the twin turbos. This is just honestly just to go out on a road race lobby and be able to bring out something like this. You could probably lower the horsepower into it, so you can bracket it to like 1000 horsepower. And like that you can like road race other people that have 1000 horsepower cars. But man, this thing with this engine just sounds amazing. Just driving it around, brake boosting it and launching it sounds super nice. So I really recommend you guys to get, if you don't have this car, get this car and definitely slap that engine into it. So yeah, let's put all these parts there. As you guys see, no roll cages. We haven't been putting roll cages at all in this game, so please do not ever put a roll cage. There's pretty much no need for it, unless you're doing anything besides drag racing, like drifting or whatever. And besides that, as you guys see, I put all these same parts to race. Just wanted to show you guys again. Just putting everything race. Alrighty, and then let's go right to the tires. Make sure to put drag tires. Of course, we want that grip. And no width in the front, and full width in the rear at 305s. Besides that, any wheels you guys want. Got the legendary here Volk Racing TE37s. Can never go wrong with those. And then the size, just leave it alone. No need to go bigger in the sizes at all. I did do the spacers just so you can look more aggressive there towards the fender. And that was it. There's no other body kit things you can do on this, so left it the way it was. So that is it. Let's go right to the tune with it. We got 30 in the front, 15 in the rear. Then we got 220, 440, 3, 220, 170, 130, 1, and 0.80. So that is it with all the gears there. Let's go over here, zeroed out everything in 7, 65, 65. Then we got 700 and 480 in the vehicle, almost all the way down. Remember, this is all personal preference. Just do not make the vehicle raise all the way to the sky. No need for it. Kind of leave it towards the ground so it can maintain its weight towards the ground. All that, you know, pressure with the wind and everything. Kind of leave that towards the ground. And then 12, 12, 4, and 4. Nothing with this. 65 and 120. And 100 and 100. So that is it. Let's bring it outside for a nice little pass, and then show you guys the fourth car. Here we go. Weather's looking pretty good. Let's go outside. Look at this high-pitch engine. Sounds insane. Look at that. RPMs go all the way to 10,000 RPMs. That is crazy. That's what you gotta love about this engine. Oof, just the sound of it, boys. This thing sounds super crazy. So remember, it's also going to be a 40 to start off with a brake boost. So let's get to that first gear. First gear, brake, gas. There we go. Get it to about 40. I'm controlling everything with the brake, remember. And all you got to do is just let go of the brake. There you go. Oh wow, this sounds insane. Sounds super nice. Yeah, let's go to that number 4th car. Alrighty guys, and at number 3 we got the Audi RS3. Really nice looking car. They gave us some pretty cool engines into it. It gives some real nice power. It's pretty good of a drag race car. So I decided to make it a road race car here as well. So as you guys see, is the RS3 in the background, the 2020 edition. Let's go to the upgrades, custom upgrades. I did do an engine swap into it just so we can get some more power. Almost 1,000 horsepower there, 994. All-wheel drive, that's the way the car comes. So make sure to leave it all-wheel drive and then slap in the twin turbos into it. Besides that, go right to the build. We're just going to fully build it. Slap everything on here. Race, I think I did not put the oil and cooling if I'm not mistaken. Let's go all the way towards the bottom here and see if I did put the oil and cooling or not. Let's go in here, put all these parts race so you guys can take a look. There we go. And did not put the oil and cooling. No need for the additional horsepower there. It performs really good and also reduces a lot of weight by not putting the oil and cooling. Besides that, we're going to put everything race, as you guys see, even the suspension. And then we're not going to put the roll cage. No need for that. And put everything else, just like you guys see. Right over here, race as well. We're just going to slap in everything that's race. Just so we can reduce some more weight and also be able to adjust the parts on there. Drag tires, of course, no width in the front and no width in the rear. This all-wheel drive grips really good and it moves really good. And any wheels you guys want that are super light. Got the legendary Volks on there. All I did was put some spacers to make it look better with the fenders there. And then no bigger in size. Leave the size alone. 19s. It's perfect with the 1919s. No body kit options here at all. I did take off the little tiny spoiler there just to reduce some weight. And yeah, that is it. Let's go right to the tune here. Let's back out here. Let's go to custom tune. And we got 1550 now that we have all-wheel drive. 3 on that final drive. Then we got 3 first gear, 2, 150, 113, and 0.87, 0.70, 0.50. So well, the rest of these gears are kind of close. Just really you're going to be using, I think, 4 gears into it all. The rest of the gears are just if you want to keep on going more than necessary. Normally everybody road races from like a 40 to like 180, 190. And then if you guys have even higher horsepower, you do like a 60 to like 200 or like 220 or something like that. So it's not really like nothing crazy. But you know, normal you have about 1,000 horsepower vehicles. Zeroed everything out in 7, 1 and 1. And then we have stiff in the front at 700s, dropped all the way in the rear at 300s, and the vehicle kind of evened out here at 4.9, 6.8. Then we got 12, 12, 33. Nothing with this, and 65 and 120. And 100, 0, 100, 0, and 55. So balanced out real quick with the all-wheel drive system on this, as you guys can see. But a majority of the power still has to go to the back there. Let's bring it outside real quick, see how the weather's doing with us. And it's still looking pretty good, pretty sunny. Nice red color with it. The back end squats down really nice with this car. So let's bring it out, do a nice little pass, and we can go to that fifth car. Alrighty. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Alrighty, so let's slow it down here. Remember, gas all the way down, and you control your miles per hour with the brake. There you go. Get it to about 40 miles per hour. And as you guys see, these gears are back to back to back, very smooth. And then the suspension is pretty stiff that it kind of maintains the vehicle at a good steady level there. So that sums up that vehicle. Let's go to the next one. And the next car we got in the background here is the M3 GTS. Another car that was given to us that a lot of people really were waiting for once it was announced, and we're doing their best to get it. Really nice car. I have seen these out in the streets. Not a GTS version, but just the M3s, these E90s. Really nice car, man. Really like the style. These perform really good at its time, and they still do really well. So I got it here with 900, almost 1,000 horsepower. So let's go right over here to the upgrades. It's the 2010 BMW GTS M3. Let's go over here to the custom upgrades. Let's go in here, and as you guys see, I slapped in the 6.2 liter V8 994 with that power. Left it rear wheel drive, and then we got the vehicle with the twin turbos. Let's go right over here. We're just gonna fully max it all out. Put everything on here. I think that I also did not put the oil and cooling because remember, there's no need for the oil and cooling at all. So let's just put all this stuff on here. As you guys see, I go through it pretty quickly, but just if you listen to what I'm saying, you can just maneuver and put the same parts. Make it a lot easier, and you guys can always adjust all these gears. Race on that springs, no roll cage, full weight reduction. There we go. And make sure to put all these parts race. No need for the 4-speed transmission. We have a lot of gears to go through. And that is it. Right to the tires, we got drag tires there. No width in the front, and then in the rear we got also no width again. 285's grip, really good with this car. If you guys want to go wider, you guys can. Crap, I forgot what wheels I put. Didn't put any wheels on here. Or I did have some wheels, I just took it off. Yeah, we just do these multi-spokes there. And I did do the spacers on there just to look a lot more aggressive. Looks pretty good with the spacers on it and the way that it's lowered. And I did take off the spoiler there. That spoiler, I actually don't like that spoiler. That's why I took it off there. So let's save everything on here, and then we can bring it outside. Or actually, let me show you guys the tune right after it gets saved. I'm gonna show you guys that real quick. Okay, so let's go to the custom upgrades. We got 30 in the front, 15 in the rear, and we got 220, 330, 220, 160, 120.90, finishing off there in 5th gear. Zero everything out in 7. We got 65, 65, and then we got stiff in the front at 530s, dropped in the rear at 360s, and the car's almost all the way to the ground. I tend not to make them all the way to the ground. And then 12, 12, 3, and 3. Everything towards speed there, because there is like a front diffuser on the front bumper, so make sure to go towards speed. And 65 and 120. And the vehicle race all the way up, or not race, the differential all the way up at 100%. And that is it. Let's bring it outside real quick for a little spin, show you guys how to drive it, and then we can go to our final car. Here we go, here we go. Weather's looking pretty good, The weather looking not that bad. Like the orange on this color, the way it comes on this car. I really think it was actually a lot quicker in Horizon 4 than in this game, but it is what it is. For road racing, it's just car does top a lot high than most cars. So for road racing, you bringing this thing out, especially with this engine swap, it'll do some damage, especially doing 1,000 horsepower and the weight and everything class. Yeah. So let's go to first gear, guys. Make sure to put the gas all the way down. Then you control everything with the brake, as you guys see. Go to about 40 miles per hour here, and there you go. So the reason why it looked like that is because it's a lot longer with the gears in this car. It tends to want to spin, but now I have it that, you know, that's pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. All the way around, as you guys see. It's a nice pull car. It pulls really good. Pulls really good. So let's go to the final car. As you guys know, it's going to be that COPO Camaro. Final car is the COPO Camaro. This thing here, ever since it was released for the Hot Wheels pack, everybody got pretty excited to get it. Some of the people were like saying if it was going to be fast or not, and man, this thing was insanely fast, like really, 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 really fast. A lot had to do with the tire setups and just the power that it was giving out. But decided on doing a road race tune for it. You know, why not? This is a drag car, but you can road race it, bring this thing out on the highway, destroy some of the guys there. This thing does have some power though. So as you guys see in the background, got the Chevy Hot Wheels COPO Camaro. Let's go to the upgrades here, custom upgrades, and let's go right to the engine. You get a couple engine swaps you can do with it, but the original engine honestly gives you 1400 horsepower. So we're gonna stick it up with the original engine, 1000 horsepower, 1000 foot-pounds of torque, weighs 2900 pounds, rear-wheel drive. This thing grips and goes. So as you guys see, left it all rear-wheel drive. And then we're just gonna max it out there with the supercharger, pretty much with everything race. We need more cars like these. Like I always kept saying that we need more cars like these, and they know because how the community went crazy for this car. Like I literally played the Hot Wheels just to get this car, and after that I never went into the Hot Wheels again, just so I can get this car. Make sure to put the race on there, full weight reducted, all that good stuff. Make sure to put the same parts as you guys see. So as you guys see, got all this parts on there. I put the 6-speed because I believe this car comes with like a 3-speed. So I did put the 6-speed because we're doing road racing. Decided on having a couple more gears there. Make sure to leave the tires stock. The stock tires are actually drag tires, so make sure to leave the tires stock. And no width in the front, also no width in the rear. No need for the width in the rear. Those 280s do really, really good, and they also grip amazingly. So no need for the added weights. Also, if you guys want to, change the wheels, you guys can. But as you guys see, the wheel changing does not change the weight. So even the lightest weight wheels, the wheels that originally comes with, are the lightest weight wheels. So. And also the size of the wheels, leave it alone. No need to go any bigger at all. I did do the spacer just to look a little bit more aggressive. But yeah, left the parachute on there on purpose. You can take off the parachute if you like, but I just left it on purpose just to see a parachute car. It's just I really, really like this car. Let's do 30 in the front, 15 in the rear. And then we got 220, 440, 290, 210, 160, 120 in 5th gear there. So that is the gear ratio for it. Zero everything out in 7, 65, 65. Stiff in the front, soft in the rear, and then car lowered all the way in the front, and then a little bit raised in the rear. 11, 11, and 1 and 1. Nothing with that. 70 and 130. Had to go a little bit higher there because this thing still wanted to take off even at a little bit lower in the balance. So 70, 130. And 100 and 100. Let's bring it outside. The final car here, the COPO Camaro. If you guys don't have this car, you guys got to buy the Hot Wheels pack. And once you unlock the car, you get to have as many as you can. Or actually, you don't even have to unlock it. I think you can find one in the auction house. If you buy the Hot Wheels, you can find one in the auction house, and you don't have to do the races. After that, you get the car unlocked. You can just always you can always get another one in the garage, as from what I heard. Oh man, this thing is so dope. I wish there was like more cars that we can compete this with that have the same drag setup. Like honestly, I've always keep saying that we need like a drag pack of just like 6 cars that have these kind of setups and power, so they can all kind of compete with each other in the drag strip and stuff like that. And then everybody can just have fun with these. Like look at this, the parachutes and the little wheelie bars on there. Such a really nice car. Love it, love it, love it, love it. The fact you can take off the parachute, they should have also had it that you can take off the wheelie bars on there as well. But yeah, brake and gas. If the car does spin like you just saw, what I did is I let go of the gas and then I redid it all over again. Get it to about 40 miles per hour and just let go. And as you guys see, oof, there's no stopping it. There's no stopping it. I mean, sheesh. This is a car that will race against supercars, hypercars. This is a car that races against like the fastest cars in the game. It's this thing right here. Freaking Camaro. Now imagine having a Ford Mustang like this, having, you know, a Honda that with this style, or having like, there's just so many other different cars you can do. Corvette with this style, with the parachute and stuff. Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. Honestly, man, I would buy the Hot Wheels if I was you guys, just to get this car. That's it, just to get this car. But yeah, that sums everything up. Hope you guys like all the road race cars I gave out. I know you guys have been requesting road race videos for some time now, so I decided on doing all the updated cars that we've gotten. And I hope you guys like it. Subscribe, enjoy, and I'll see all you guys around with another drag tune video. Peace out, everybody. Bye bye now.